It's okay.
No.
Hey there horror fans! Welcome to an exciting video, where I'll be introducing you to the top 5 horror movies of July 2023. Get ready to be thrilled and chilled as these movies promise to deliver some spine-tingling moments that will leave you on the edge of your seat. With a variety of stories and styles, there's something here for everyone, from the bravest to the most faint-hearted. So, if you're looking for a good scare, this is the video for you. Buckle up and join me on this journey of horror and excitement. Let's dive in and get our hearts racing together, and don't forget to share your thoughts on these movies in the comments below. Let's get started. Number 5. Malum. Malum is a 2023 American horror film, directed by Anthony DeBlasi, who co-wrote the film with Scott Poiley. It is a reboot of the 2014 film Last Shift, also directed by DeBlasi. Malum stars Jessica Sula, Cheney Morrow, and Candace Koch. Malum, about a rookie policewoman besieged by terrifying incidents during her first night on the job, is a low-budget horror movie where the filmmaking is the star. In the story of this movie, Jessica Sula stars as Jessica Lauren, whose dad, Will, was also a cop. Will died exactly 1 year ago tonight, shortly after participating in a raid on a compound full of cultists who worshipped a demon and killed people to feed his power. It's said that Jessica's father perished by his own hand after shooting several of his colleagues to death in the same station where Jessica now stands watch. Supposedly he snapped because he saved 3 women during the raid but blamed himself for failing to save a 4th.
Just get me out.
Number 4. The Wrath of Becky. The Wrath of Becky is a 2023 American action thriller film, directed by Matt Angel and Suzanne Coote. Angel wrote the screenplay based on a story by himself and Coote. The film is a sequel to the 2020 film Becky, and features Lulu Wilson, returning as the eponymous Becky, alongside Sean William Scott. In The Wrath of Becky, a trio of insecure drips, led by the fratball slimy Sean, follows Becky back to her place after she spills coffee on Sean's crotch. These guys stumble upon and have a fatal encounter with Elena, the only foster parent that Becky has grown attached to in the 3 years between Becky and The Wrath of Becky. Becky vows to avenge Elena and tracks Sean's group to a secluded lake house, where they await instructions from Daryl, a mysterious Q-like cult leader. Watching Daryl's tough-talking louts squirm is most of the fun in The Wrath of Becky, since these guys, in addition to killing Elena, are also planning a January 6th style coup. Daryl suspects something's not quite kosher with Sean and his guys, DJ and Anthony. Soon, Becky reveals herself and starts picking off Daryl's men with booby traps and the Proud Men's own weapons arsenal. Number 3. The Boogeyman. The Boogeyman is a 2023 American supernatural horror film, directed by Rob Savage, from a screenplay by Scott Beck, Brian Woods, and Mark Heyman. It is based on the 1973 short story of the same name by Stephen King. The film stars Sophie Thatcher, Chris Messina, Vivian Lyra Blair, and David Dastmalchian. In the story of this movie, High school student Sadie Harper and her younger sister Sawyer are reeling from the recent death of their mother and aren't getting much support from their father, Will, a therapist who is dealing with his own pain. When a desperate patient unexpectedly shows up at their home seeking help, he leaves behind a terrifying supernatural entity that preys on families and feeds on the suffering of its victims. The Boogeyman is a really good horror film that starts really strong and continues to have some good scares and a generally unnerving atmosphere.
Sweetheart, let me handle it.
Number 2. Nefarious. Nefarious is a 2023 American Christian independent horror film, written and directed by Chuck Konzelman and Carrie Solomon, based on Steve Dease's 2016 novel, A Nefarious Plot. The stars of movie, Sean Patrick Flannery and Jordan Bluffy. The premise of the film is about a man, Edward Wayne Brady, sitting on death row awaiting the last moments of his life after committing a series of horrible murders. However, Brady claims to be a demon as he speaks with psychiatrist Dr. James Martin, who has been ordered to determine whether Brady is mentally fit to withstand execution. Brady, who refers to himself as Nefarious, tells the doctor that by the end of the day, he will be responsible for the death of at least 3 people. Nefarious is a character study on the absence of faith and the destruction of it, and how one plays into the hands of another. As a psychological, supernatural thriller, Nefarious may not be great filmmaking, but it is confident filmmaking, and sometimes that can get you exactly where you want to go.
It's starting to happen.
And number 1, Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise is a 2023 American supernatural horror film, written and directed by Lee Cronin. It is the 5th installment of the Evil Dead film series. The film stars Lily Sullivan and Alyssa Sutherland as 2 estranged sisters trying to survive and save their family from deadites. Sam Raimi's Evil Dead franchise is an outlier, particularly when it comes to time-honored horror franchises. It's hard to believe that the first installment was released over 4 decades ago, and since then, every single entry has hit the mark. In this movie, a young female roadie called Beth finds herself pregnant, so visits her sister, Ellie, a single mother, and her children, Danny, Bridget, and the youngest, Cassie. The aforementioned earthquake causes a hole to open in the parking lot, revealing religious artifacts, including the Book of the Dead. Danny reads the book's incantations, and a demonic entity possesses Ellie. It is up to Beth to try and keep her sister's kids safe from the person she has become. I believe Evil Dead Rise is a worthy addition to the franchise. It delivers pretty much everything fans of the series have come to expect: gore, scares, and dark humor. Trust me, you won't want to miss this movie. Well friends, I hope you enjoyed this thrilling ride, and are eager to discover these terrifying stories. If you find your favorite scary and biting content from this list, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell. Thanks for joining us on this wacky adventure, and until next time, sweet nightmares.
It can go away. It can go away.
All you can do is run.